The thieves. The filthy little thieves. Where is it? Where is it? They stole it from us. My precious. Curse them. We hate them. It's ours it is, and we want it.
Hey there friends, my name is Kelpie. Now this is honestly the last thing I would have expected from a Lord of the Rings game. A solo Gollum stealth platformer. I mean, I would have expected a game centered around the fall of Numenor, or maybe a Beren Luthien game in the same style as a Telltale game. But to be honest, I'm actually really excited for this game. So I thought I might as well give my thoughts and opinions on it, from the perspective of a Tolkien fan. And also I just want to give a huge shout out to the Geekzone. I got most of my information from his video on the same subject, so thank you so much. Link in the description to his video. And if you're a fan of Lord of the Rings, you should totally check out the rest of his content. Also, this video is a little shorter than my previous video. I'm just trying out a new format where it's more of a discussion than a formatted kind of list or slideshow or anything like that. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and let's get on with the video. The basic gist of the game is that it is a heavily story-oriented game being developed by Daedalic Studios. The game will feature gameplay centered around stealth and platforming, like I already mentioned, which honestly is probably the best playstyle for a character like Gollum. The game will also focus largely on the choices you make, utilizing Gollum's dual personality with branching dialogue for both Gollum and Smeagol. This last point was kind of a disappointment for me personally, but Daedalic Games will base the design of everything off of Tolkien's written works rather than Peter Jackson's, which means that Gollum likely won't be reminiscent of Andy Serkis. But the screenshots released sort of say the opposite. So as for my thoughts, I'm personally really excited. The gameplay of the game opens up a lot of opportunity for great storytelling. I'm a huge fan of story-focused games, and Gollum is such an interesting character that isn't really explored that much in the films. Well, I mean, there is that whole sequence at the start of Return of the King, which actually I hope is in the game. It could be like a tutorial where you learn how to perform stealth takedowns on Deagle. Obviously that was a joke. Gollum would not be able to take down an orc all by himself. But that business with Deagle could be integrated in a way that makes more sense. Perhaps you could test out dialogue options on him, as well as basic gameplay mechanics, of course. It's unclear whether combat will be a part of the game at all, which would fit the character, so stealth will definitely be essential. The game is set before the events of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, so I would love to see events such as Gollum's imprisonment by Saruman. It would be a great opportunity for interesting dialogue options. Lastly, the game looks like a Pixar movie. To be honest, it's not terrible, but I feel as though the aesthetic doesn't really match the rest of the game. The environments are so detailed and dark and gloomy, really reminiscent of Gorgoroth from Shadow of War. So I feel like Gollum and the orcs' cartoony appearance would kind of... well, it would be an interesting contrast to say the least. Well, that about does it for my thoughts on the Lord of the Rings Gollum. I'm really excited to see how this game develops and ultimately how it turns out. I'll likely make an upload video in the future when we have more info, so yeah, let me know what you think about Gollum and his game in the comments below. Anywho, I'll see you in the next video where I share more of my dumb opinions. Bye!